Come on, it's Wendy.
It's part of the fun.
It's part of the fun. And you are now live.
Thank you. Thank you, Ash. So welcome everybody to our FBS chat this evening. We have the lovely Wendy Van Den Bulck.
Yes, something like that.
Something like that from Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for sparing the time to chat with us, Wendy.
Very welcome.
I always I know very little about you, so this is going to be really interesting. But I always ask initially how people came across the solution focused approach and what fascinated you about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, what actually brought me to the solution focus approach is horses. They taught me everything about solution focus. So I got to learn about solution focus in January 2016 with Liselot Bayard and Anton Stellemans of Il Faro in Belgium. And before that, I hadn't heard of solution focus. But when I followed that basic course, I recognized almost everything. And I realized, hey, but this is what I have been doing all these years. And horses taught me the core essence of solution focus.
Wow.
So, yeah, definitely.
Horses taught you. All right, explain that a bit more. How did what influence did the horses have? How did you make that connection between horses and the approach?
Well, horses have been a passion since I was a child, and I have been looking for different ways of working with horses, because as a child, I attended many riding stables, and I was taught to control the horse, to be a boss. And I didn't like that, because in my imagination, I had always dreamed of working with horses in real connection, out of curiosity, out of exploring. And I was taught to become their boss. And then afterwards, I came across a way of dealing with horses by training them, and also that I didn't like a lot. And then I came across, I did a randonnée in the French Pyrenees, and afterwards I learned more about natural horse behavior and how horses see the world. And actually that is nothing but solution focus. Everything in nature is solution focus, because I really believe that that solution focus is omnipresent in nature, so also in our nature, because in nature what is not solution focus gets extinct. But with the horses, they're always looking for opportunities. Don't focus on problems. Have a mindset of interesting, are not judgmental. Choose their direction. They're always heading somewhere. There's always they don't. They have a direction all the time. Their attention is 360 degrees. They work with power, not with force. So all the things that I learned about solution focus, I could relate to what natural horse behavior taught me. And so I started. I was giving workshops more focused on another way of dealing with horses before, but then I'm a coach, trainer, consultant, and so working around leadership in the broad sense, leadership as in taking the initiative, being the captain of the ship that is your life. And I work with horses to on leadership topics, and leadership as in how to become meaningful for the other.
Wow. Sorry, I've still got in my head around the horses thing. So instead of being their sort of trainer and you should do what I'm telling you to do, how did working differently with the horses, what difference did it make to them? What did you notice about, I don't know, horses' behavior when it was different? Because I know you didn't feel it was right anyway from the start.
Genuine connection. And there is no, when you want to be a boss or when you train horses, you are actually looking for one thing that that fits all circumstances. But you when you work, when you really connect with them, when you understand who they are, and you have this curiosity, but that is what I link a lot with solution focus. You are curious about who they are, how they regard the world, etc. There is genuine connection, and you really have to become meaningful. So that is my starting point in contact with a horse, and also in contact with people. How do I become meaningful for this horse in this moment? What does this horse, what does this person need in order to be able to say yes to me? So it's a continuous invitation, and so that is so different from from being a boss or from training.
So again, because I'm curious, and how does, without language, obviously, how do you know what the horse's hopes are, or the best way to support or interact with the horse? Because language isn't there, so I guess it's all behavior, is it?
It's one layer deeper. It's mindset. It starts with mindset, and that is really the way, and that is also where solution focus pops in, of course. So with a solution focused mindset, they also have a solution focused mindset, always looking for opportunities. And so your mindset directs your behavior, and so it all starts when working with horses, and when there's a real connection, they respond already to your intention, and that is the layer deeper than, for example, training horses. When I don't say that training horses is bad, it's just there is also a layer underneath that makes communication more subtle. And also, but when people experience that with horses, they become more alert, and they are more open to communicate on a more subtle level with as a leader, or with their colleagues, or in their families. And so it brings in the very basic essentials of communication. It always starts from yourself. It starts with your mindset, and that shapes the world. And you have to take your own responsibility. If you want to change, you have to make the first step.
Wow. So how did it progress from there, Wendy? So it made, obviously you knew instinctively that it would make a difference to the horses, and so what are you? How did it progress from that point?
Well, it quickly. I have two passions. Well, more, but I love working with horses, and I love working with people, and solution focus brought these two together. It was the missing link. Before I became a coach trainer, I was a teacher for 14 years in secondary school, a language teacher. So I became a coach consultant in 2010, because when I was giving a workshop on natural horse behavior, someone asked me to become a trainer, a coach, to work for them, and I became self-employed, and I just jumped in, and it were a lot of trainings and coachings without the horses. I still do a lot of things without the horses, but it's always from what I learned from the horses. In everything I do, I work with a solution focus base, so it's the horses are always there. So there, my end point is not the horses. I want to make a difference for people, and so I work through horses to establish that, and what I want to establish, and what horses taught me. And this is the core essence of what horses taught me. It's about resilience. It's about believing that that you can respond to things rather than react if you have a strong fundament. That is how horses deal with circumstances, in a very resilient way. They keep their attention 360 degrees, and so this was part of the link, and now there are so many. Yeah, so it's so simple. So with the metaphor of the horses, and also I strongly believe in experiential learning. So when people experience things with horses, you can feel it. It's not only, oh yes, I get it. It's, oh yeah, I sense it. I experienced it. So horses don't lie. They don't take into account whether you're a professor or whatever. They just, is there clarity and connection? If yes, okay. If it's authentic. If not, then they don't. They don't take it into account, and that's very honest. And that's also for me the link with solution focus, the authenticity, and what do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I bet you didn't expect that, Joe.
No. I'm just because so Wendy, I know you were saying you refer to the horses. So does some of your training have presence of horses in them? Are horses part of the training whenever it can be?
Yeah, indeed. So I have 9 horses myself, and I have 9, and I have the infrastructure to organize training courses with the horses all year round with an indoor riding stable, so I'm not dependent on the weather. So and that is great. To give an example, also individually, there was in individual coachings I work with the horses, and I recently had a 17-year-old girl who's very, very shy, and she has difficulties how to cope with things. And but when walking with a horse, she was so powerful and so clear, and I don't know beforehand. I never know beforehand what's going to happen in an individual coaching or team coaching. The only thing is I give subtitling with what I see, what happens between horse and human. And in doing that, she really found some resources of her she could fall back on. And then we had a conversation like that experience with the horse gave her a lot of self-confidence, because other people had talked to her to say, yes, but you can, and had given her examples, but she didn't believe these other people. But horses don't lie. This experience with a horse made her see, oh, I can do it. I can do this. And then afterwards, we always translate. How can you use this of what you experienced? What first small step can you take in order to bring it into practice? So that's with individuals. And also with teams. It was great. I remember one of the shortest team coachings ever there was a team of 6 people, a manager and 5 team members. And I always give minimal, instructions. And so there were these 6 people and a horse in the riding stables and some objects on the floor. And I asked them to build a parkour and to walk that parkour as a team. And the only thing is, it had to be okay for every team member, for everyone, including the horse. And I said, okay, you can start. And the manager walked towards the horse, grabbed the horse by the halter, and said to the others, let's go. And immediately one of the team members said, look, and this is what always happens. And for the first time, they dared to express how dominant they regarded his behavior. They had never managed to tell him before, but now, because it was so obvious, it happened, and they could relate it to the horse. It was safe, and it was so obvious. And then we were cursed in how can you do it differently with a horse, and then we always translated to, and how can this be helpful in your work context? What can be a first small step? But you can never undo this experience. It has happened.
Yeah.
The evidence is clear.
Yes, they don't lie. And they don't do you a favor, not even me, I'm their owner, but they don't take that into account. If I'm not there.
But I feed you. How dare you?
We need an FBS horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's really fascinating. So that what he did with the horse gave the other members of the group that opportunity to say how they felt at that time.
Yes.
How did the horse react to him grabbing it and trying to lead it off? Hopefully,
Not
it kicked him. No?
the horse just stood there, and that's because every horse is different. They all have their own character, but the horse just kept on standing. So he grabbed it by the halter, and the horse it didn't move one leg. And it also gave the others the opportunity to say, "Oh, I wish I want to do the same. If with your dominant behavior, I want to say fuck you, but I don't dare. I'm nice and I don't dare. But that is exactly how I want to react to your behavior as well." So and the horse didn't do him a favor. It was like, okay. And afterwards, when it was in connection and they found a way to attune, the horse did walk with them.
That's really because, like you said, the horse doesn't know whether he's a manager, whether he's the cleaner, whoever he is. It was just that the way he interacted wasn't getting him what he wanted, or
Indeed.
it wasn't, and the team were able to recognize that. So how do you think? What do you think changed in him as a result of that? Did he recognize that in himself?
He couldn't deny, and so he was. Yeah, we call it. It's very confrontational. This working with horses, it's confrontational, but in a caring way, because horses don't punish him for his behavior. They just surface things, giving people the opportunity to look at it, inviting people to have a look at it. So he couldn't deny it because it happened, and he listened. He was very surprised because the messages was it was also, I don't speak of, it was not guilty of doing this. The others apparently he hadn't realized it before, also because the others hadn't been clear enough to him and had just talked about him and not to him. So it brought up a lot of things. It's not good and bad, everything is information, and they could start dealing differently with things. Also, horses don't judge. Everything is information that you subsequently do something with. There is no good and bad.
Yeah, and the horse had nothing to lose.
No, indeed.
In terms of, I don't want to upset him. I might lose my job. I might not get that promotion. The horse is just, you ain't doing it, mate. Just forget it.
I call that I found it. I very easily found a Dutch word to cover what I meant, and in English I call it unencumbered communication. So free of, not free of emotions, etc., but what is the naked message underlying? So they make a distinction between what are the facts and what is the layer of emotions, interpretations, assumptions, etc. So they invite you to communicate very consciously and make the distinction. What do I actually want to say, and what is a layer that comes with it?
Sounds amazing what you're doing there. Of all your 9 horses, I know you can't pick one because it's like picking your children, but are there ones that seem to be better teachers, or are they all equally as great?
They all have their different characters. There is one, for example, who is very good at giving people information about their personal space. So if you are not clear, or people who are really thinking and not connecting with their worlds, he comes and pushes them. And then people get irritated and they start focusing. And then his behavior becomes even more pushy. And until people, then I see when people become irritated, and I ask them, what do you want? I don't want him to come that close, but tell someone what you don't want. Then you still put a lot of focus on it. So that you have to be clear in what you do want. So I want him further away. where? Yeah, I went then, and as soon as they have clarity, and again, it's mindset. As soon as they have clear, this is the space I need in order to be able, in a constructive way, not communicating, don't come closer or not here, but hey, stay there. This is the space I need to take care of our safety. Then instantaneously the horse takes distance. And then people start being surprised and say, possible, and they start analyzing, and as soon as they are back in their head, the horse is there again pushing. So that's one. There is another one. Yeah, every horse has its own character, and so and also it is in the moment. Also, that is very solution focused. You never know beforehand. Yeah, they also have their days on the yeah. And the most important, I have 9 horses, and the one who is my first horse, she's very, very close to me. And actually I hadn't come across solution focus at that time, but looking back, this has been a very tipping point, a very important key moment for me. And that was 6 years ago. My husband died. And so at a certain moment, I came into the meadow on that day he died, and I wanted to be with the horses and to go to my first horse and just be there and cry. And she came towards me, and I held her and I started crying. And after less than 30 seconds, I think, she turned around. And I was so angry. She turned, and so there she was. It felt like she turned away from me, and I was so angry and sad, like, hey, I need you now. And she walked away a couple of steps, and she stopped. And I was really like desolated. I felt so, come on. And then she took another few steps, and she looked back, and she took a deep sigh, and she stood there. And all of a sudden I realized, hey, this is, what is she telling me? I can see this in 2 different ways. I have the choice in how to look at this. I can choose to interpret this as she's walking away from me and everyone is leaving me right now, or I can choose to see this as an invitation. And I realized at this moment I have 2 choices: letting go of everything or just move on. And at that moment I decided I move on. And it's because of her action. It's because of her. Yeah, I had a choice. It was not walking away. I dipped it to she's inviting me to move on. And so 2 years later I learned about solution focus, and I realized that that had been a kind of a solution focused reflex of, okay, what do I want then? And that it's a matter of choice. So it's always about moments that make a difference with the horses, actions that really make a difference. And also with solution focus, you just touch something and then something happens. The magic happens.
So that's a very emotional story, actually. Yeah, I'm just gathering myself. Hang on. Not because
I see it. It was a terrible moment, and at the same time I think it has been the most powerful moment. Well, it sounds dramatic, but in my life, because there you can make you are invited to make a decision, and that's thanks to the
Isn't
horses.
she lovely?
She is very lovely.
Isn't she?
So So in terms of hang on, I'm just gathering myself. In terms of your 9 horses, do you know which one would be good with a certain group? or does that sort of develop? Or because you know their characters, you seem to know their characters so well.
I know their characters, but I cannot predict their behavior. So
Because, like you say, they have off days as well.
yes. So how I usually work with individual coachings, I first have a solution focused conversation to find out what do you want, what is your best hope of this session, and then during that conversation, I often think of maybe this or this horse would, but and then we come into the meadow, and then 8 times of 10 it turns out to become another horse, and sometimes I let the coachee choose for what horse.
So which one do
you want to work with? And sometimes I decide myself. It depends on the circumstance, but I never have a plan beforehand. And also that is very much solution focused. Things emerge, and I don't know. Yeah, it all happens in the moment, and the most important thing that I do is to keep things safe. But that's and also with teams, it emerges. We have an intake conversation, etc. But in the end, it's the moment itself that's that on which everything takes place.
I like the quotes on your website. It is what it is, and what you do with it.
Yeah.
I was looking at that this morning, and I thought, that just kind of sums it up.
Yeah, things are what they are, and indeed what you make, and you have a choice, and you have a responsibility in making a choice. And if you make a choice, you also choose for the consequences of that choice. So it's that's also important, and that's so horses their choosing is different than how people choose, but you choose and you act. Full stop. And people often drive on a roundabout of indecisiveness. If only should I do this, but if I do this, then I might not be, etc. And it keeps us out of the moment. And with horses, you choose, you act, and if it appears to be not a smart choice, then you choose something else. So choice, action, choice, action, choice, action. And basically it can be communicating and leadership. It can be so simple, but we make it very complicated times. Yeah.
Sorry, someone's just walked. This is what happens on live broadcast. Someone just walked in with a drum kit.
Tell me, who's
Jason's walking in with a drum kit. I don't know. It's going crazy here. Sorry, Wendy. I think you're right. It's that being in the moment, isn't it? That horse doesn't think about maybe what the past was or what the future is what's happening right here and now, what's important for me now.
Yeah, and non-judgmental, because exactly, for example, what happened just now, someone walks in. As a human, you might be a bit, oh shit. One of the most important things also that horses taught me was the mindset of, oh, interesting, instead of like, okay, something unexpected happens, and there's always something you can do. Just it is what it is and what you do with it.
We're going to sack him tomorrow, Wendy.
We're going to sack him, and the reason why we're going to sack him is because he works too many hours.
Too many hours. Yeah.
That's my job and Joe's job to work the hours. But the problem we have at Family-Based Solutions, Wendy, and we do need a horse for this, is we can't get rid of our staff. Go home. 5 minutes, an hour later, they're still here. So Jason's just gone and picked up something for us. He was meant to just go straight home, but he's come back to work. I mean, we love them. But go home.
Well, you need, speaking in terms of horses, then the only thing to chase away horses, you need a predator. Then you need a predator to chase your stuff away.
I can't remember where I first saw you, Wendy. It was one of the networking events during COVID
think
time,
so.
wasn't it?
I think it was during a FICA.
It was FICA, yes.
Focused organisation, FICA. Yes.
And I remember being struck by how genuine you are, and you were really listening to everybody, really, really listening. And then just saying your one-liner, and it was just beautiful. You just say this one little thing, and it was like, wow, that's really great. And your smile, which is, I think, why I messaged you to say, Wendy, we need to connect. This is brilliant. I love you. You're fantastic. Because I mean, I haven't met an SF practitioner that isn't fantastic, but you really did. You really did that day. I really did think, wow, Wendy is an absolutely incredible person. And from talking about your husband and the horses and yourself, you're yet again making me feel, wow, what a fantastic person she is.
Thank you.
You've got so much to offer.
Wow.
We need more Wendy's.
Yes.
I want to offer a lot. So yeah, I want to become meaningful. I think to be meaningful. Yeah, that's one of my best hopes, to become meaningful in order to help people. To help people become this. This is my best hope of regarding of looking at life. And I want, together with my horses, I want people to have this feeling too, that they are resilient, that you can grow, not despite of things that occur to you, but thanks to things that occur to you. I don't say thank you for things that came across a couple of years ago, but I noticed that without these things happening, I wouldn't be the person I am now. So yes, curiosity and being grateful for everything that occurs, whether it's good or bad. I've done away with good and bad. Things are where they are and what you make of it. And so that is really thanks to the horses. And even big things can make you grow, and it's just your choice. And I came to what I call my solution focused action formula that helped me through. And when something is bothering you, it's the same. It counts for horses, and I hope that I want to give it to people as well. When something is bothering you, turn it into a wish, a desired future. And then you can make that, by exploring that wish, you can make it stronger so that it becomes a desire. What difference will it make? And how, etc. And when you really are immersed in your desire, you can make your desire so strong that it becomes a decision. And then you can make it happen. So that is over and over again when I come across a difficult situation, whether it's having a difficult conversation or whether it's redirecting your life. That is what I want to do. First step, turn it into a wish, turn your wish into a desire, and turn your desire into a decision, and then the magic happens. So that is sounds simple and
So, what are your desires for the near future? What have you got planned?
To do more trainings, coachings with my horses, because now most of what I do, I work together with an organization who gives leadership courses mainly in the academic world without horses, and they are also very open to I also give some team trainings. Team trainings I gave are together with that organization, of which I have become a partner to. And luckily that I have that organization, that cooperation, because it's enriching me a lot, and it's also the thing that kept me going during Corona times, because the trainings with horses couldn't take place in the last couple of months. And I really want to to let people have these experiences with the horses, individuals and and teams. And in order to be able to reach as many people as possible, I now also have an online program. So I want to spread this. I want to have people benefit from the wisdom of the horses. So last year I wrote a book about how what horses taught me about leadership in English and in Dutch. So connective clarity, I called it. This one. So when horses invite you to take up authentic, solution-focused leadership, and I turned it into an online program. And I want to spread the word. I want to let more people experience it and feel that they can make choices too, and that they can create their own path, and to let them connect with the resources they have and the power they have, the horsepower they have inside them. So
sorry,
that is
Wendy,
really,
Wendy, sorry, was it called Connective Clarity?
Connective clarity. Yeah. Yes, clarity is of utmost importance amongst horses. No cautious communication will be taken into account. You have to be clear. Even they really don't care. I am their owner, but they don't do me a favor. If I'm not clear, then they don't take me into account either. So clarity, but clarity not out of and now, not too straight, but clarity that leads to connection. Horses are herd animals, living in a herd. So they have they always think in we terms. And that is also very, it's these two things. It's a clarity and it's the connection. The combination of those two things, and this is a combination that is helpful in so many different contexts, work as well as private life, in so many different situations.
Someone, Andrea Burr, lovely Andrea Burr. One of my young people is doing equine therapy with her mum, and they are so much more settled afterwards. So we do the SF and the therapist does her part. Thanks for your session, Wendy. I also love that you speak so many languages, which is very helpful.
Oh, thanks, Andrea. Big hug for that. Thank you.
And this is actually John Brooker, the lovely John Brooker. Great book.
John.
I'm not biased. Yes, you are, John. Two fantastic people there.
Yeah. Yes. So, how is the? So you want to you're going to spread your work online. How is that? How does that work? How's that going to look?
Yeah, well, it's thanks to John Brooker, actually. I really credits to him, because it's during the FICAs that doing this. So the solution focus and organization FICAs of 1 hour every week during Corona, and John invited people to bring in things. And so one moment I thought I'd take my cell phone, and instead of being in my office with my computer, I go to the horses and, well, let's do something. It was about the mindset of interesting, I think, and I filmed the horses' ears to show they have their attention continuously 360 degrees, and I did a reflection exercise with the people afterwards, and people liked it. So, but it was kind of, where am I? It was not, horses, cell phone, nah. And then came the idea of making videos, and so one of the next times I used the video to show some natural horse behavior and make the link to how can this be useful for you. And that worked, and I thought, hey, videos, I can do more of this. So actually, I now am translating my book into videos. So a short introduction. In a video, I show some natural horse, how it works amongst horses, and then I invite people to reflect on, okay, how can this be useful for me in my work context, in my private context? So the videos are an illustration of the power of natural horse behavior. And the only thing is you cannot experience it with a real horse, but it's something in between the book in which you only read and experience where you get the full experience, and the videos are the bridge in between. It is not the real experience with a horse, but it's more than just reading about it.
Yeah, and I think we've also found that with the lockdown situation that we've supported families remotely, but still with a video contact. So, like you say, it was better than a phone call.
Yes.
But it couldn't replace the real thing. But it sounds like a really exciting thing. So, are the videos already for viewing? How do people look at them? How do they sign up?
I have a YouTube channel, so people can, and the videos are there. I just share them, and I use them for sessions for people who, if you look at the videos, you have an idea, and then in the sessions I organize 1 hour and a half sessions, and then we go deeper into it. We exchange experiences, do some more exercises, reflection exercises, etc. So we go deeper so that that people can really use the wisdom of the horses, and and it works. I have a Dutch version and an English version. The Dutch version, session 5 was yesterday. The English version has some difficulty starting up, but I'll trust that one day it just happens, and I will repeat these sessions twice a year, I think. So I will start a new. People can sign up for the whole program or for one or a couple of sessions. So people are free to jump in according to their needs, and so that's one way I want to spread this. Every time I use it, being it in an individual coaching or in team coaching, it's so heartwarming to see what happens to people, and so I want as many people as possible to benefit from this.
Sounds brilliant. We have to have a look at those.
Yeah, I've just put the link on to the comment section.
Excellent. Yeah.
See, admin, Joe. Admin.
Admin, yes. Oh.
So you could also put a link to the YouTube channel there. It's open for everyone to look at. So yeah.
And you were saying, how will it be incorporated into your next book, or you were saying that it's going to be part of the book as well?
Yeah, next book. I was John Brooker. They're asking for a next book. I'm referring to John because John has been my book buddy for my first book. So I don't have plans for a second book yet. But the book is there, and the videos are the book in images, like things like that.
I think it's amazing, and I was actually at Fika when you were showing horses over COVID, and it was and at first, I've got to be honest, I was like, how is this going to work? But it really did work. It was really, and that could have lasted a good couple of hours. It really did work. It was amazing. It really was amazing.
I'm still amazed. Last Saturday, there was a good friend of mine is doing family constellations, and so he does family constellations here too. And then the horses are also brought in, and they are just free to do whatever they want. And then I sometimes think this is not possible. I really don't have a remote control or something, but how they sense how they sense energies and things, and how they really act when you think this is crazy, this is not happening, and you cannot explain it, but it's happening. So it's really, I'm still amazed every time.
It would be wonderful if Joe and I were able to bring our team over to Belgium.
You're welcome.
That would be really, really, really cool. So 2 comments have come in so far. John Brooker is more than happy, Wendy, to support you with the next book, as long as it's about penguins. It's going to be about penguins.
Okay, then let's take off for the
If John says penguins, you need to write a book about penguins.
Hang on. No. Wendy, sloths. Sloths.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Sloth. And Matt, our dear friend Mark. So now I'm interested how therapy with horses relates to the SF therapy with dogs. What do you think, Wendy? Invite Terry Pritchett next to Aisha. Oh, Matt, Mark, you're wonderful. Yeah, I mean, you know, it should also work with dogs as well, right?
Yes, it works with dogs. I have a friend who does therapy with dogs, and it works terrifically. And it's different language. It's really different because dogs are predators from origin. Horses are prey animals, so they do speak a different language. Dogs are often more closer to human beings. You live in the same house with dogs, but you don't live in the same house with horses. So it's a different language. It's a different way of getting to the same purpose. And I think everyone has to find the way that fits for him or her. For me, it's horses. With dogs, it works terrifically. But you can also do it with dancing or with cooking, or it's finding a way, as Evan is in everything, and it's finding a way to your way. What is the opening? There are people who are afraid of horses and are fond of dogs, and then dogs are definitely a better opening than horses, and vice versa. So it is different. It's really a different language.
Well, I'm going to look up Terry. I know she's in Colorado, and invite her to FBS Chat. She also does a lot of work with animals.
Yeah, and some people are cat people, and some people prefer dogs, and it's just kind of that interaction or that feeling that you have with them. So you were saying about a collective, Wendy. Is there a group of you now in Belgium that are sort of getting together and working on similar lines?
We are starting up. So it was the initiative of, well, in Belgium there is a kind of a federation of solution-focused professionals, and one person, Kathleen de Voort, she said, "Hey, you are working." She's very supportive of my book and my work, and she said, "Hey, I know other people who do therapy with horses and are also SF with the from the Korzybski Institute in Belgium." And she said, "What if you gathered?" So we did, and now we are really willing to each with our own accents. But we want to be some kind of a collective to support each other and to support SF with horses. My focus is more on coaching. My colleague's focus is more on therapy. But we have a day in next month on which we gather. So we will gather twice a year, I think, to just experience what do you do, what's etc. To exchange experiences and to learn from each other and to support each other.
Brilliant. It's really good. Yeah. I almost feel like I should join with one of my cats.
And there are other people. Nita in Sweden, Denmark, in the north. Guldbrandsen. I met her in 2017 at the Seoul World Conference in Frankfurt, and since then we have been trying to
Oh,
to get connected. Julianne Griffiths in Scotland. So there are other people, and it would be great if there would be a collective of SF people working with horses.
that would be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Mm.
It would be great.
Well,
Yeah.
honestly, the work that you guys do, and especially you, is absolutely amazing. Really, really amazing.
Thanks a lot.
Honestly, I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So, anything else that is? So you've got your collective. You've written a book, which is amazing. You've got your YouTube videos. What else is in the pipeline, Wendy? What else can we expect from you, or hope to have from you? Because you're a wonderful speaker, so it'd be nice to hear more of you.
Yeah, I love to speak about it too. So one of my hopes is also to be able to spread it, to talk about it, to be invited, and to share how this can be useful, how this can make a difference. So yeah, that's also literally spreading the world. That would be great. And I am so grateful, because that might be nice to tell. It's all started during the Solution Focus Summer Retreat in 2016. In January, I had come across Solution Focus, and 2016 was a horrible year for me. It was like, I kind of was looking like, okay, can I do this? Am I really capable of doing this? I feel I can, but I was so tired, and a lot of things were going on. And then at the Solution Focus Summer Retreat, I took him with me. I always take him with me. And the Solution Focus Summer Retreat is mainly open space. And I thought, well, why not? Let me do a session and just tell how I see the link between solution focus and horses. And I was so amazed at the reactions. So I did a workshop with some experiential exercises, and I gave some explanation. And I was really amazed at the reactions. People coming to me while, wow, this is special. And I thought, I didn't see it as special. It was just what I was doing. So it's during that retreat that, and I was asked to do that workshop again, because people missed it and they had heard that it was different. And it was only then that I realized, hey, this might indeed be something special. And there it started. So I'm so grateful for the curiosity of solution focus and solution focused people, the curiosity and the support and the belief, and you too, guys. It's so great what you are doing with family-based solution, but also and also for solution-focused colleagues. It's so great, and that's solution-focused community enables this, and I want to contribute as much as possible.
It's such a beautiful community. Everyone we've spoken to, it's been so giving and so lovely to speak to practitioners from all over the world. And although sometimes it would have been lovely to have met you in person, we've still got this opportunity, and we should use it, because we can spread it. You almost sound, I don't want to sound evangelical, because that puts people off, but there is something about this community that makes you want to be a part of it.
Yes. It's chosen family.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
Definitely. Yes.
So
Definitely.
we learned so much, and I was fascinated, because Aisha didn't tell me how you used it, and just the amazing breadth of different areas where this approach is used. But I must say, yours is a first. I'm not. It's I never, because obviously we have locally to us, we have a farm, and they have therapists, and children and families can go there, and they can go there during the lambing season, and can see the animals, and they can trim grapevines, and they absolutely love it. Being out in nature with the farmyard animals. There is definitely something to this that we should be doing more of.
Yeah, it brings you closer to your nature as well, and that is where we have to be if we really want to strengthen ourselves. That is in nature and close to our nature again. That is really where we want to be, where we need to be, I think.
Absolutely. I think in terms of the farm, I think the families that attend, the family-based solutions families that attend, you know, if you were to ask them what they really enjoy about it, it's watching Joe, actually.
Well,
They love watching Joe trimming the ivy because he could be there for ages. But they do. They love what. And I know this because they keep sending me photos. Look at Joe doing this. Look at Joe doing that.
Wow.
But it is absolutely lovely. We've actually come to the end already, and I feel like we need to rebook because there's so much more to talk about.
Well, let's turn it into a decision to see each other instead of just a wish.
Yes,
it's a desire to see each other, and it's a decision to see each other in person.
Well, Belgium isn't that far. It's only a train ride away, really, for us.
We've got to go to Holland and Denmark.
And Holland. Yeah, can you imagine if we went to Wendy but didn't go and see Mark?
Oh my God.
Mark,
it doesn't bear thinking about.
Mark, I'm joking. Mark, I'm joking. Mark, sorry. Love you, Mark.
Ohio.
Yeah, Gil's. Oh, Linda. Oh, Pamela. Oh, guys. Oh, we need we need to do an Elfie and Dominic. That's where we went wrong, you see. And we're going to travel.
FBS on tour.
What Wendy was saying earlier about thanking us for being on here, and we just always honoured when people want to talk to us, because we're two nobodies from Enfield in London, and everybody has been such like I said before, wonderfully giving, and we learn so much from these conversations. Every time I have a conversation with Aisha where we turn the thing off and it's like, maybe we should do something about that, or maybe we should try this. And that's the beauty of a conversation, when it makes you think about doing something, or something extra, or something different.
And that is, I think, because the two of you are so genuinely interested. This is so, your attention is so real, and so it's so great. You're really doing great stuff.
Oh, thank you, Wendy.
Oh, Wendy.
I like it so much that Aisha, that you didn't tell Joe about anything that was got to do with horses. I would have loved to be in your head, inside your head, when you hear me mention horses. I would have loved to send.
He did ask me yesterday, who's joining the chat tomorrow? I said, oh, Wendy. Okay, who's Wendy? You'll find out tomorrow. And I'm not usually good with keeping secrets from Joe. I can keep a secret, but not really from Joe. All Joe has to do is stare at me, or say, I don't want to know. I don't need to know.
What normally happens is Aisha will say, oh, I've got something to tell you, but I shouldn't. I say, well, don't tell me then. And I know that's going to work. But it didn't work this time.
It didn't work this time. So very good.
I'm just thinking back to my first experience riding a horse a very long time ago. I think I was 19 at the time, and we went on a retreat with our work, and one of the exercises, well, one of the activities was riding a horse, and it's about the rhythm, isn't it? So I'm on the back of this horse, and I'm watching people go, and they're going down, the horse is going up, and it looks like they're being shaken all over the place. And for some reason, I got the rhythm, and it was just a lovely experience. It was, and the instructor said, "Have you ridden a horse before?" I said, "No, my first time." But
Well,
I
that's
think
because you were listening to the horse.
And
it was the
connected.
rhythm. It was that
Connected.
rhythm that I had with the horse that we just seemed to. He jogged and I just followed his
That's
lead.
it. That's it. You didn't try to take over.
No,
You
no.
connected
Oh God,
with
no.
your tuners.
I would have ended up on the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you didn't want to be a boss and show that you would be
No.
able to
Yeah.
ride. You just
Yeah,
just
I
did with a
was
horse
petrified, Wendy.
as you did you did with a horse as you are doing in this conversation. Show curiosity and let yourself be invited to join. So that's,
Oh, Wendy, you're so lovely.
Yeah.
you
Oh,
guys.
I know what's going to happen. We're going to end the chat, and then Joe's going to say, "I really like Wendy. I'm going to put her on my list of the people that I love." Joe's list
Uh,
just seems getting longer and longer.
It
yeah,
is.
I would. You're definitely on mine too. Definitely, it feels like I've known the two of you for ages. Not that it's
I
boring,
know.
but it just
Yeah,
feels
yeah,
very
yeah,
familiar.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's brilliant. But that's it. But we're going to end the broadcast now. But Wendy, please do not go anywhere. Any final words from anyone before we do this?
Just thank you so much for your time, Wendy. It's been fascinating. I'm so glad that we've finally met, and I know what you do. So thank you for being so sharing and
Thank
nearly
you.
making me cry. Shouldn't do that. I'm very emotional.
It's
Thank you.
just what it is and what you made of it. Thank to everyone
Thank
for joining, and thank you so much for the invitation.
Thank you.
Oh, you're beautiful. And who just wrote? Someone just wrote. Oh, John. Very interesting and entertaining.
Great, thank you.
And Andrea Burr, thanks heaps. And Grainer, our beautiful Grainer. I'm coming to Belgium.
Welcome.
I'm coming to Belgium. So yeah, huge fan club now you have. Huge fan club. So yeah, thank you to Wendy. And tomorrow we have Helen Bonnick joining us, who is a child to parent abuse blogger. And Helen has always been by our side. We thank Helen very much in advance. 4 p.m. And I've always got to remember to do this, UK time. See, I actually feel really important when I say that, 4 p.m. UK time. Please tune in tomorrow. Yeah, she's absolutely amazing, as are all our guests. But yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Wendy, don't go anywhere. Stay right there.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, Joel.